Hey guys, Connor from the Ticket Stub, and you were listening to Lone Star Community Radio on 104.5 KCZW LP Conroe and 106.1 KZCC LP Conroe, and worldwide on irlonestar.com.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is Dr. Carlos Sanchez in the Hispanic Chamber Connection radio show featuring members of the Texas Gulf Coast Hispanic Chamber of Commerce. Thank you for listening. Thank you for being part of this, and we welcome you. And we also want to welcome our special guest today, who's a spectacular real estate agent here in the area. She's a mom. She has 3 kids. She's a professional. She's a whippersnapper all over town, making deals, buying and selling houses in the whole bit. Her name is Patricia Negrich. Patricia, thank you for being on the show.
Thank you, Dr. Carlos, for having me here today.
You're welcome. So we were talking, and we're gonna ask you a bunch of other questions later, Patricia. Don't worry, it's no big deal. Right now, we're just going to talk about the chamber a little bit, and let the listeners know that one thing they can do, if you're listening to our program and you have a pen handy, or if you have your phone with you, give us a text. You can text me questions. You can text me comments. My number is 469-879-7398. You can ask Patricia questions directly about what she's doing. I will see them here on my phone, and on the air, I'll just read the question. And, of course, it will be appropriate, and we'll just ask Patricia, and she's cool with that. No big deal. Every one of our guests and our members do that. It's nothing, because really, the people that listen to us, Patricia, just so you know, we have about 500 members in our chamber, and most of our members, about 55% of our members are Hispanic, right? But the other 45%, who are the most active and the ones that participate the most, are not Hispanic. You've seen it. And when you go to our meetings, it's mostly non-Hispanic people that show up. Unless it's the Spanish-only meeting or certain other meetings, and we're fine with that. As a Hispanic-based organization, it's important to us to be able to reach that market anyway. Right? So we don't mind that people show up of every different type of ethnic background.
We're all inclusive.
Yeah, and you've seen it. It's no big deal, So we don't sit around talking about any other people, or we do things that have to do with business, because we're a business-minded organization. In fact, somebody this morning was asking me, because we had orientation today of our new members, and somebody was asking me if we do charity work, and if we do, if we're trying to rebuild roads, or if we're trying to save the whales or save the manatees. We don't do any of that yet. As an organization, we're 3 years old as an organization, as a Chamber of Commerce. So if we say, yeah, we're going to start doing other things that are not commerce, I think right now it would unfocus us. And our focus has to be the success of our members. A Chamber of Commerce started as a Chamber of Commerce. Then they begin to do all kinds of charity work and do turkey trots and toy drives and all kinds of stuff. But first, they're an organization that has to set its foundation as a business-minded organization. So that's where we are right now. This might change. This can easily change in a couple months. By Christmas, we might be a different organization. But right now, as of today, we're a business-first organization. The biggest benefit we provide to our members is visibility. Right? So we have visibility, education, and business connections. But visibility is major. It's one of the main reasons people join. And I always ask people when they do join, why did you join? What are you looking for in the chamber? They want to meet people, and they want to be known as business people, right? So they want that. So visibility is really important to us. So an example of visibility is this radio show. So once again, Patricia Negrich, thank you for being on the show.
Thank you, Dr. Carlos.
So we're going to ask you some things in a little bit, but let me explain something else. When you joined, what meeting did you come to that where you joined?
Well, the first time that I came was Latinas Borders Without Borders meeting, and it was a lot of fun.
It's a women's success group that we have at the Chamber of Commerce called Latinas Without Borders.
That's right, and it was a lot of fun, and I like what I saw. It's a lot of networking and but really friendly, really low key. That's how you do business. You don't want to do business when you feel tense. You want to do business when you feel relaxed.
That's true. That's why we feed you wine.
Yes.
No. Well, we don't always do that, but at that meeting, it's after hours, and it's usually one of the only times that the members have an opportunity to be out with their friends.
Right.
You know, Sabrina Amel, who is our executive vice president and also runs that meeting, she this morning was at the orientation and was telling our members, our next Latinas Without Borders is on October 30th, right? So it's a women's only group. And she said, you know, you might as well show up at that meeting because the next day you're going to be stuck with your kids, you know, because you have Halloween.
Right.
And so do you guys trick or treat still, your kids?
Oh, definitely, yes.
So how old is your youngest kid?
He is 9 years old.
Oh, so you'll be outdoors trick or treating with him
Definitely, yes.
the next day.
Yes.
So you can come to Latinas Without Borders. That's something we talked to our members about this morning, that, you know, we understand, we don't do a lot of after hours things because we understand that most of our members are moms. You know, 70% of all of our chamber are women. 70%. So our Chamber of Commerce can easily be a women's success group, you know?
Yes.
Because even the executives like Rebecca Riley, who's president of Lone Star College Montgomery, or other people like Nara Alonso, who is Wells Fargo executive, and someone else, Sandra Diaz, who is with Mass Mutual. These are executives, but they're all women, you know? So it's a really interesting scenario of how our chamber, if you want to be successful, one, show up, and two, you know, show up because they're very friendly people.
Yes, and a lot of information, very useful information.
Mm-hmm. Now, I'll continue. So we have tomorrow. Well, tomorrow's actually Wednesday, right? Yeah. So it's on Thursday. Thursday morning, we have another radio show. It's in Spanish. You've not been on it yet, but do you speak Spanish?
I do.
Okay. So you're Negrich. You're explaining. Tell us about your last name.
Okay, well, I was born and raised in Mexico, so Spanish is my first language. Then when I was in Mexico in biology school at Universidad del Noreste, I met my husband, my future husband there. He was there in medical school. His last name is Negrich.
But he's Ukrainian, you said.
Yes, his family came from Ukraine to Canada, to Winnipeg. He says that they couldn't find another area that was colder.
Yeah, for
so
sure.
they moved to Winnipeg, and so my father-in-law was raised in Canada, and with in a Ukrainian neighborhood colony, and then he moved here to the States, got married, and then my husband was born and came to Mexico and met me.
Okay.
And the rest is history.
Yeah. How long ago now?
24 years ago.
So you've been married 24 years now.
Yes.
Wow. And I saw something on Facebook. It seemed like it's really interesting because the picture obviously the picture on Facebook is a very different person than you are today in terms of, you were 20 years old maybe or less. When you got married, you were very young.
Yes.
You still are very young. But I don't know if that makes, when I saw your picture, I go, wow, yeah, I see it in your eyes. I know it's you, But it's all of us. And I've taken pictures of many years ago, and that's the only way you can tell is by a person's eyes.
Right.
Because everything else changes.
Right.
So anyway, okay. So now that's clarified for those of you listening. Maria Negrich is Mexican. Sorry. Is there Maria in your name?
No.
¿No eres María Patricia?
No.
Wow.
Soy Elsa Patricia.
Okay. For those of you listening, here's why I said that. I have 6 sisters, and every one of my sisters is named Maria. And my mother's name is Maria, and I have a brother who's Mario. So, everything is Maria, right? And that's all because of, the Virgin Mary, who's very meaningful to people in Mexico. And there's nothing wrong with that. But if you go to my house and yell, Maria, nobody turns around. Only my mom. Well, no, my sisters all have nicknames.
Oh.
It's like Shorty and there's all kinds of names that we have nicknames for everybody in Mexico. So bottom line though is Patricia Negrich, realtor. And who are you with? What company is this?
JLA Realty.
JLA Realty.
Yes.
Anyway, and she's all over the place right now up here in North Houston. We'll explain that in a couple minutes. But before that, though, let me just finish telling you about our chamber. So you don't have to be Hispanic to join, obviously. And 400, almost 500 members now. We do about 30 events per month. And we count events that, like this morning, we had orientations. And these are all opportunities for our members to come and meet people and network, right? And on Thursday, we're going to be on the radio in Spanish, 9:20 a.m. So we have a program in Spanish that's mirroring this program. So we're doing something very similar to what we do here, but in Spanish. Right? So that just expands our members' networking. It expands their reach, their visibility, as we've said before. And so that's at 10 o'clock a.m. And then at 11:30, so I don't know how I'm going to do this. I'm going to finish at 11 and run. Because at 11:30, we start our meeting at a place called Chamagaucha in Galleria, right? So it's just one thing after another. Yeah. And anyway, it's fine. It's not that far away, so I should be okay. And that's Thursday, right? So the meeting in Chamagaucha is networking. It's in English. We got about 30 to 40 business owners. Have you been to Chamagaucha yet with us?
No, with you.
Never been, right?
No.
Maybe this will be the first. We'll see.
Yes.
Then on Friday, we have Spanish-only networking. Have you been to that one before?
I have.
That's kind of fun, right? I mean, it's okay.
It is, yes.
So it depends. It's so weird how our market is so different than the American market, Sometimes we get 50 people, sometimes we get 30, sometimes we get 10.
Yes.
It just depends, Did you go to the last meeting?
I did,
There were
yes.
about 30.
Yeah.
But it was weird. We started with maybe 15, but we ended with 30. Because people get there late, oh my God. So it's a cultural thing, but it's also, I believe, it's an education thing too, If you learn to be punctual from when you're younger, you'll always be punctual.
Yes, that is true.
But if you don't learn it, because nobody teaches it, or you just don't get it, then you'll be late. And the problem with, I don't mind that people are late. It's part of whatever it is, right? They're busy. The problem is, though, it doesn't help people that are early. It doesn't help them be early.
Right,
So because they still can't talk to you. And at the same time, I have to finish later, and I can't do that. Right? So if you get there too late, then it's not a good thing. So if you're listening, and if you're impunctual just because it's cool to be late, at this Chamber of Commerce, it is not cool to be late. You must be on time, or you might miss an opportunity, because we won't let you introduce yourself and things like that. So that is what we're doing on Friday. Just be there at 11:30. It's in Spanish, so if you don't speak Spanish, please send someone who does, because we don't stop to teach Spanish. It's not a class. It's a business meeting, Because some people have asked me, what if I want to practice my Spanish? I tell them, no. Find a friend, go practice somewhere else, not with us, because this is business,
Yes.
And that's just how it is. So when we come back from break, we're going to talk more to Maria Negrich about her services, her business, and what she's doing in real estate. So please stay with us. We'll be right back.
Lone Star Community Radio is ready for the summer. If you or anyone you know is looking for a summer internship, Lone Star Community Radio is a great place to learn the radio and TV business. Contact the station at info@irlonestar.com or call the station's message line at 936-647-3776. Lone Star Community Radio offers a great opportunity to those interested in learning about the radio world.
Did you know that there are over 153 million orphans in the world today? The sad reality is 99% of those kids will likely never be adopted. Core Love is an organization right here in Conroe that takes care of orphan children in Haiti, Honduras, and India. We bring the love of Jesus by providing their 6 basic needs of clean water, proper food, healthcare, education, job skills, and a loving home. Visit corelove.org, that's CORELUV.org. Will you help defend the orphan?
The Hispanic Chamber Connection is sponsored by the Amel Insurance Agency, located at 719 Sawdust Road, Suite 103, the Woodlands, Texas. The Amel Agency is a family-owned insurance agency that provides home, life, automobile, and umbrella insurance coverage. Since 2006, the Amel Agency has been a bilingual insurance service for businesses and private citizens in the Montgomery County area. For more information on the Amel Insurance Agency, please visit the Hispanic Chamber Connection at www.irlonestar.com/HCC. The Amel Insurance Agency is available by telephone at 832-525-5656 or online www.amelagency.com. The Amel Insurance Agency is a sponsor of this program, and the Hispanic Chamber Connection thanks you.
Listen in Mondays at noon to hear Conroe news from local nonprofits, businesses, upcoming events, Conroe Park events, news stories, and information that matters to you with your host, Margie Taylor of Taylorized PR. For more information about being a guest, visit irlonestar.com/Conroe Culture.
We're back. We are back. This is Dr. Carlos Sanchez with the Hispanic Chamber Connection radio show featuring members of the Texas Gulf Coast Hispanic Chamber of Commerce, where you don't need to be Hispanic. You don't have to be Hispanic to join. All you need to do is bring your goodwill, your curiosity, your interest, and your business, because we're all about business. And we were explaining this earlier at orientation. To be successful in this Chamber of Commerce, it is important that you show up, that you have fun, that you bring people, and of course that you help others. When those things come together, it's the perfect storm for success in an organization like ours. And of course, we have different features and different things that help us distinguish ourselves in the marketplace. And we can explain that to you if you're interested. You can go to our website, mytexaschamber.org, mytexaschamber.org, or you can text me directly right here on the air, and we can ask Patricia, not Maria, Patricia Negrich, questions about what she's doing in real estate and things like that. I do have to plead ignorance and maybe a little bit of insanity with regards to the name. You know, if I were king, I'd just call everybody one name and it'd be easy. We have so many members in our Chamber of Commerce, and I really over talked about Maria's this morning. That's why I was calling you Maria. So I know it's not you don't have Maria in your name. Do you have any sisters?
I don't. I only have one brother, and he's not Mario.
And your mom is not Maria?
Nope.
Wow. Okay, so you guys are not very traditional in that sense. You know, in Mexico, Jose and Maria are just unbelievable. Everybody's named Jose or Maria, you know, because, you know, Joseph and Mary.
That's right.
It's just a whole thing, you know, because about 90% of all people from Mexico are Roman Catholic.
That's right.
And they follow the Catholic traditions. And I remember I had an uncle who was a priest, a Catholic priest. And he's the guy that was responsible for calling all my sisters Maria in many ways, because he would, you know, talk to my mother and say, you know, they've got to be named after our mother, whatever. And my mom would say, okay. So it's just like Maria Teresa, Maria Veronica, Maria Gloria, Maria de Lourdes, and Maria de Los Angeles.
Oh.
Like all Marias, right? So that's how that came to be. It's just following tradition. You know?
That is right.
So you can't go wrong. It's hard, really, in a group of people, it's hard to find somebody that's not Maria.
That is right,
You know?
yes.
Just a bunch of Marias. So how old were you when you finally came to the States?
Well, I was 25 years old,
Huh?
and that's when
So you got married in Mexico?
Yes, now you are getting my age out of this deal.
Hmm? Oh, no, it doesn't matter. I don't think people are listening that carefully. Don't worry. But, yeah, it's part of the adventure. You know, do you go back?
Oh, yes, my whole family is in Mexico, and so we visit each other and everything, and you know, we keep in touch. And,
How often do you go back?
I try to go like once or twice a year. My family comes here to.
Of course.
You know,
And then you take them to NASA. Right? Yes or no?
Well, yeah.
I've done that because I have family also in Mexico, right? Or in different parts of the country, or friends and whatever. When they show up, they want to go to NASA. And I keep telling them, guys, that's so boring. I'll wait for you outside or something, because I've done it like 5 times, you know? And every time, they add little things and things for kids and stuff, but there's just no way you can spend a whole day in NASA without getting bored, you know? Even if because I love technology, but you don't really get near the technology. It's you know what I mean?
Yeah, I would like to have some of those launching of the rockets.
Yeah, well, but I think you can spend half a day there and be okay.
Yes.
But if they make me go back again, I'm not going.
Yeah, after you're going 4 or 5 times.
That's enough, you know. So anyway, so you take your family wherever they want to go and things like that.
Yes.
Okay. And out here, you're in the Woodlands area? This is your area?
Yeah, I live in Spring, so I'm very familiar with all this north part, like from Conroe, Woodlands, Magnolia, Tomball.
Wow. And so you go to, is this where you do business then?
Yes, that's where I do business. My brokerage has a lot of offices all over Houston area, but the office that I go most often is in the Woodlands.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Okay, so let's do this, Maria. Patricia, Patricia. I know your name, don't worry. Why don't you tell us again, then just kind of introduce yourself and tell us what you do and all that, if you don't mind. Would that be okay?
Of course. Well, selling your home can be a stressful time because there's a lot of uncertainty during the process. So my approach is to walk you step by step, and I keep you informed and updated on the plan that we have developed for you to sell your home. We want to sell your home in the least amount of time for the most amount of money.
Wow. Tell people how to get a hold of you.
Well, you can get a hold of me by email me at Patricia Negrich, Patricaa, Negrich, Negrich, @gmail.com. You can also just look me up in Facebook and message me there if you don't remember.
Patricia Negrich.
Yes.
Patricia. And if you look at that beautiful smile, guys, it's the same thing you'll see on Facebook, on Instagram. You'll see it also on LinkedIn and on Twitter. So Patricia Negrich. Your phone number one more time, Patricia, please.
419-215-6138.
Very good. So that's especially for real estate.
Yes.
Okay, so you work with people who are buying and with people who are selling?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
Good.
we are. Yeah. Sometimes it's the same client that is selling their home and they are
Sure.
looking for the next home. Sometimes I get to work with the same client, and sometimes it's just buyers, sometimes it's just sellers.
Okay. And right now, so far, I mean, you've been in the chamber for, I don't know, 2 months?
Yeah, a couple months.
Okay. So some people are already asking you questions. Let me see. Because I got a text just now from someone, and she's asking us a question about Patricia. Here it goes. You ready?
Yes.
And it is, what do you enjoy most about real estate? Yeah, see, this is from Celeste Gomez. Celeste Gomez is with the Amel Agency. The Amel Agency, as you know, is the sponsor of this radio show. But see, this is what we tell all of our members to do, is that if you have a few moments, go to irlonestar.com or 106.1, 104.5, listen to this, and then text questions. So, Patricia Negrich.
Yes.
See, I know your name now. Tell us, what do you enjoy most about real estate?
I think that I enjoy the interaction with the people. Before I was a real estate agent, I was an administrator.
What kind? What did you do?
Well, my husband is a physician. He's an allergist, and we lived in Ohio for 15 years.
Wow.
He was solo practice and had 5 offices. So I was in charge of the administration for all that.
Yikes.
So I was mostly in an office at that
Well, you were
point.
mostly doing billing then.
Yes, I was doing billing and dealing
Trying to
with
collect money.
Other kind of things, insurance agents and so on and so forth. Anyways, here interacting with the people at different level is really rewarding.
Sure.
And solving the problems, getting all the challenges, and getting to come up with answers for my clients. That's
Right.
really rewarding.
Now, is your husband, is he working with one of the area hospitals, or is he still alone? Solo?
No, he joined a group. He's with Texas Sinus and Allergy Center, and it's a big group. He's the only allergist there, but they have several ENT doctors. But it's a big group, so they have their own CEO, and it's like a
Wow. I should give you my business card.
Yes.
They would be, I mean, because we're looking for people of medical doctors and folks. We just had a ribbon cutting in Houston for a doctor. He is a dentist.
Yes, I saw that.
Looks
yes.
a dentist. You didn't come. You should have come visit. It would have been fun.
I was with a client.
Of course. It's always interesting when people, I'm busy. Okay, and that's fine. And bottom line, those ribbon cuttings are extremely important. You haven't had one yet.
No.
Well, we're going to do one for you too, And basically all it is we invite all your friends and you buy food and we all eat and then we have a party. It's a
good.
reception in your honor, What I found that's interesting though, Patricia, and I'm not sure if you know about this, and you probably do because you lived in Mexico. In other countries, Latin American countries especially, there's no such thing as ribbon cuttings. Maybe you might see one, but it's for the rich and snooty people, but it's not for the regular people, And the thing I love about America is that anybody can do anything if you put your mind to it and you're allowed. There's freedom to do things here, So what happens is when you're Hispanic, a lot of folks don't, I say ribbon cutting, they go, okay, like it's nothing. Like it's a big deal, especially if you have a business,
Yes.
Because there's a lot of spotlight on your business.
Definitely.
Just like this radio show, a lot of folks in other countries, I guess, they've never really had, is this the first time you've been on radio?
This is the first time I've been in radio.
No way. Okay. So explain to the group, explain to the people listening, because I think this is really interesting about you too, is that you also have been in theater.
Yes.
How did that work out? What is that did you go to school for this?
No, actually, I have a Bachelor of Science in Biology.
Of course. So you married a doctor.
But I have always really been interested in theater. And in the city where I'm come from, Tampico, there's a lot of amateur
Amateur? Yeah.
amateur theater groups. and I was in several of them.
Mm-hmm.
At one point, I got a scholarship in my college to direct the group there, the theater group, because they did not have a theater group at that point.
Wow.
So I got involved with that, and we have done television there. We got interviews on TV.
So you've been on television too?
But never in radio, yes.
Okay, it's easier. Well, here you're on television, so say hello.
Hello.
And over here, right?
Hi.
So somebody's going to watch this, and if nobody watches it, you'll watch this.
That's
because,
right.
that's part of this whole thing is that it is on public access television, especially South Montgomery County, this whole area. Have you been into Montgomery County? For example, where we're doing the gala, the chamber gala,
Yes.
is at a place up here in Montgomery County. I forget the name. I'll get the name in a second. It's just a beautiful, right on Lake Conroe.
Yes, I have been in that area. That's a beautiful, beautiful area.
People don't even know.
It is true. Yes.
You know, like if you want water, a lot of these people would rather go to Galveston
Yes.
instead of Lake Conroe.
Yes, it's a beautiful area, really, and it's really not looked a lot,
It's not growing. I mean, it's growing.
It's growing.
I think the people that live there would be okay if people just went to
Yes.
Galveston. Stay away because it's so beautiful. It's so quiet and very serene.
Yes, it is. I agree with you.
And so I mentioned it just very briefly, but we're doing our gala just for you guys listening. And we're going to be talking about this over and over again, especially with our members, because we have limited space. We're only doing 200 seats this year. Last year, we had an overflow of businesses. We were at La Cocina de Roberto. Have you ever been there?
No, I have never been there.
Come on, Patricia. Okay. So La Cocina de Roberto specializes, of course, in Mexican food, but it's some of the best tacos you've ever had. Just great.
I have to go
food.
there.
Oh, it's very, very good. And I just ate there today, so I know it's very good. And we had about 60, 70 people show up at the restaurant, and it only seats 50. So it's just like really busy, right? So we decided this year to make it a big deal, a bigger deal, because we got a very good response. So we're going to this venue that's up in Montgomery County, and we're going to have like a DJ. There's going to be a photo booth, and the dinner, and then dancing, and the whole bit. It's going to be an awards ceremony too. And during the gala, we're going to swear in our new chairman. Our new chairman is Leonard Amell.
Okay.
Have you heard the name?
I have.
Okay, so he's sponsor of this show. I mean, these guys are really involved with our chamber, right? They're doing a lot of different things. The chair of that whole event is Sabrina Amell, of course, but she and I are kind of coordinating, with the chamber and with our members. But we only have less than 200. We only have about 150 seats left.
Okay.
So it's going to run out very, very fast. The whole idea is to celebrate our members and to wish everybody good luck for the new year, because it's going to be in December 1st, and of course, to celebrate 3 years. So we've been in the Chamber of Commerce now for 3 years, and 500 members. So we've been growing very, very quickly. So that's the gala. If you're listening and you haven't purchased your tickets for the gala, and I know Patricia is thinking about it, mytexaschamber.org, mytexaschamber.org. You can purchase your tickets there. Needless to say that the tickets right now are on sale, early bird, but they're going to go up in price because they're going to get more and more in demand.
That's right.
And also, what we're trying to do here is fund the chamber and help us grow. So if you haven't purchased them already, please go to mytexaschamber.org and get them online, no big deal. Or you can text me directly right now on my phone, 469-879-7398. I can ask Patricia questions, or I can also send you an invoice or something like that. So we're talking to Patricia Negrich. She's a real estate professional, a mother of 3. She's also a theater director, kind of, in Mexico.
Yes.
She's been on television. She's all over the place. And her husband is an allergist who is right here around the corner somewhere, who hopefully we'll meet someday.
That's right.
So are they in the medical district here in Conroe, the Woodlands?
His company have offices all over Houston. He works in the Vintage and the Memorial City area.
Wow. Okay. So Vintage. Okay.
Yeah, Vintage.
Right. All right. So if anybody has any kind of issues with allergies, they can talk to your husband.
Yes, he's a very good one, I have to say.
Well, because I know we have one member. I don't know if she's listening, but she put some things on Facebook saying, she couldn't sleep and she's got to go and do special things for her allergies. So maybe we should recommend. We should talk about that.
That's right. Dr. Ronald Negrich with Texas Allergy Sinus.
Ronald Negrich, Dr. Ronald Negrich with an N.
That's right.
Okay, so let's take a look. We have another one. You ready?
Yes.
Okay, Patricia Negrich with, I'm going to say it wrong, so I'm just going to get it over here. She's a realtor with,
JLA Realty.
funny, it doesn't even say it. Oh, there it is. Very small.
Yes.
No, it's of course it's JLA Realty. 419. What area code is that?
419-215-6138.
Where's the 419 from?
That's from Ohio, where we live 15 years.
Okay, guys. At some point, a little thing called call forwarding.
I know.
I have the same problem. Don't worry. My phone number is 469-87. That's a Dallas number that I have for 10 years. But I have to do the same thing, make it an 813 or a 713. Because people get funny about it anyway. So no big deal. But you and I will change those numbers together.
That's right.
All right, so I'm with Patricia Negrich. She's a real estate professional. She's talking to us about real estate. I just asked you a question about special plans and special payment plans. When we come back from break, we're going to ask you more to answer that question, if you don't mind, Patricia.
Of course.
So for those of you listening, guys, it's 419-215-6138. Please stay with us. We'll be right back.
Lone Star Community Radio is Montgomery County's radio station with talk, music, weather, and traffic for Montgomery County. Have a question or comment about one of our shows? Want to know how to reach a host? Just contact the station at irlonestar.com or call in and leave a message at 936-647-3776. Get involved with your community with Lone Star Community Radio.
Want to check out the fastest growing sport in the world? It's right here in Conroe, Texas, and it's roller derby. Conroe Roller Derby is a nonprofit recreational league of women and men who want you to come and check out the fast-paced, hard-hitting game of roller derby. The Conroe Cutthroats practice at Rainbow Roller Rink on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays. You can find our game schedule and more information on our website, www.conroerollerderby.com.
The Hispanic Chamber Connection is sponsored by the Yamel Insurance Agency, located at 719 Sawdust Road, Suite 103, the Woodlands, Texas. The Yamel Agency is a family-owned insurance agency that provides home, life, automobile, and umbrella insurance coverage. Since 2006, the Yamel Agency has been a bilingual insurance service for businesses and private citizens in the Montgomery County area. For more information on the Yamel Insurance Agency, please visit the Hispanic Chamber Connection at www.irlonestar.com/HCC. The Yamel Insurance Agency is available by telephone at 832-525-5656 or online www.yamelagency.com. The Yamel Insurance Agency is a sponsor of this program, and the Hispanic Chamber Connection thanks you.
Hispanic Chamber Connections with Dr. Carlos Sanchez, President of the Woodlands-Conroe Hispanic Chamber of Commerce, featuring event announcements, member highlights, and more. Tuesdays at 1 p.m., broadcasting from the heart of Conroe, Texas on irlonestar.com and Conroe's FM 104.5, 106.1.
Don't forget to download the Lone Star Community Radio app for your Google Play or Apple Store. Bring Montgomery County's community radio with you anywhere with your smartphone or tablet. If you are in the Conroe area, tune in on FM. That is Conroe's FM 104.5, 106.1.
We're back. We are back. This is the Hispanic Chamber Connection radio show. I'm Dr. Carlos Sanchez. Thank you for staying with us. Thank you for listening. And thank you, Patricia Negrich. Patricia Negrich. I almost said Maria, but that was on purpose. I was just joking. Patricia, we were just talking about how common our names are sometimes. You know, like Carlos Sanchez. I've been trying to renew my passport now for about 2 months. I can't renew it because they keep telling me that I owe money here, or that somebody else in Los Angeles, you know, had 3 kids and I haven't paid alimony, all this stuff. And I don't have kids, right? So because my name is so common, I have to be able to prove that I am this Carlos and not that Carlos, you know?
Yes.
You are at a benefit because you have an unusual last name.
Yes.
But that's your married name.
That's right.
Tell these people your last name for real, your maiden name.
Martinez Hernandez.
Okay, so there you go. So Martinez Hernandez. I'm Sanchez Hernandez, right?
We're cousins.
We probably are cousins. Who knows? But there's so many of us. It's that's what we were just talking about. Being so many, and the reason we got over to this topic about so many of us is because if you are in real estate or if you are in the mortgage industry, you've got to get with it and understand that just because your name is on a list somewhere, it doesn't guarantee you any business. And we have 46 realtors in our chamber and about 30 mortgage people. I was asking Patricia this a moment ago. Patricia, how many mortgage people have you met in the chamber so far?
And I said none.
None. None. So if you're in the mortgage industry and you want to meet people and you want to meet real estate professionals who can actually give you business, it's a simple process. Number one, show up. Number two, join. And then number three, buy Patricia food. She likes to eat. All of us do.
Yes, I do.
Right? And so, like, what kind of food do you like, Patricia?
Oh, I like all kind of food. That's the problem. I like Mexican, of course. I like Chinese food. I like Italian. So.
See, for you professionals out there, it wouldn't be that difficult just to say, Patricia, I'd like to get to know you. Why don't we go have lunch over here? And then you pay for it. Just be a business person. And Patricia will respond very favorably. And because she's always looking for mortgage people, I mean, that's important, right? You want to look for the best deal.
Yes. That is true. I heard that you have a question about...
I do have a question. I was just leading up to it. The question is from Celeste Gomez again from the ML agency. But let me read it to you because I think it's a very important question. And then you can tell us about this, if you don't mind. Patricia Negrich. The question is, do you offer down payment assistance programs for first-time buyers?
And that's what we got in the topic of mortgages. I said, I don't because I'm not a mortgage person. I don't have any products, but I can contact you with mortgage people that have different programs for first-time buyers. I have several names, none from the chambers. Yet. So I would love to meet more mortgage people from the chamber.
Yeah, that's pretty amazing. And what I'm doing now is I'm calling these companies, like these mortgage companies, and saying, okay, look, we have all these members, all these people, and we have nobody representing your industry. Why don't you become a member? Just consider becoming a member, and we can introduce you.
That's right.
I don't go out and talk to real estate agencies or companies because I think the realtors do understand that they should join chambers of commerce. They get good training, but the mortgage guys and the title companies, man, there's something going on there because they're just not, and the business is there.
Yes, it is true.
All right. So how many mortgage companies do you work with right now, Patricia?
I work with about 3 or 4. Chad Prior has company, Hancock Mortgage, and he's really good with first-time buyers. And he's really good. He helps people out. There's other companies too that very low down payment. There's other programs that have assistance where the sellers can put money toward the closing costs.
So let me ask you this. I don't know if you know the answer to this, but if I buy a home as a first-time buyer, and then I sell it because I get divorced, and I buy another home, is the second home again first time because now I'm single or no?
No.
So how do they track it? They go to your social security number? How do they... Your credit, is that how they know that you're a second-time buyer?
Well, it's recorded, the purchase, of course, the IRS, of course, knows all your whereabouts. And so, no, if you buy your first home with your wife or by yourself, and then you lose the home to your wife, ex-wife.
You don't lose it, you share it.
You share it with your ex-wife. Then you are not a first-time buyer anymore.
Okay, so no, you can't cheat, guys or ladies. Remember, if you're a first-time buyer, you're a first-time buyer. But if you're not, you're not, and that's just how it is. But if you are a first-time buyer, if you're of that type that you're buying for the first time, you're trying to figure out what to do, how to get the best deal, then Patricia can actually help direct you to someone who can give you the best deal.
Yes, definitely.
And we're going to talk to that person soon on joining our chamber because this is how we grow. But if you want to reach Patricia, it's actually Patricia Negrich. She's a real estate professional, JLA Realty, and the number is 419-215-6138. Her office right now is in the Woodlands, but she travels anywhere you need her to go, she will go. Yes. Do you go outside of Houston also? Like, do you go like to I don't know, College Station if you needed to?
Yes, as a realtor in Texas, we really are allowed to do business anywhere in the state of Texas. However, I'm more familiar with this area. So if you tell me what's the best place to buy a house in Dallas,
Yeah.
really, I don't know. So
Okay.
I think I can serve you better if I refer you to somebody that I know in Dallas that is a very good agent that can direct you to the best areas in Dallas.
Same thing for San Antonio. Yeah.
Same thing for San Antonio. And we do have agents in San Antonio.
Oh, okay. So that's another thing is that your company also, how large a company is it, this JLA Realty? How many agents do they have?
We have close to 800 agents, so it's a large company. They have big brands. You will see a lot of the signs in Atascocita and Humboldt because our broker, John Altic, is from that area. And he is a great guy to work with. He's always there. He always has your back. You can always reach him. And he has expanded. So he started there in that area. And now there's offices in Montgomery County, here in Conroe, the Woodlands.
I've expanded,
Katy.
but not in that way. I expanded. Too many tacos, Patricia. Okay. So we have another question. Hold on, because somebody just, okay, so this question is from Tom. Tom is one of our members also, and he was asking, what right now, if I want to buy a home, what is the general down payment that people have to think about? Like in general, I mean, I know there's different deals, but what should be a good number to think about? Like if I want to buy a $200,000 home, what would a realistic down payment be to get a favorable rate? What would you say?
20% will give you a good rate.
So that's $40,000 on a $200,000 home?
Yes, and that is true. Like if you are going to buy, like for instance, an investment, it's always 20%. Now, if it's not an investment property, if you're maybe not your first home, but it's the home that you are going to live in, you can get better, some good rates on if you put less money down.
Okay.
You can put maybe 10%, maybe less, as low as 3%.
But and there is as low as 3%. So there is such a thing as paying very little money, really.
Yes.
But going all based on your credit history and.
Yes, it depends on your credit history, the mortgage company you go to, what programs they can offer you, and how good are with your credit report,
Sure.
how good you're paying, and your history. Also, you have never bought a house before. Let's say, well, what's your history paying your rent, for instance?
And they can verify your rent too.
Definitely, yes.
Definitely, okay, ladies and gentlemen, because I heard that the whole rent history doesn't even count.
It does.
Especially if you mess it up, right?
Exactly. So don't miss your payments. Pay on time.
So don't get evicted because that'll be a problem.
Yes.
You know? And the same thing with your car payments.
Yes, pay on time, all your payments.
Everything.
Yes, because
Okay.
that affects your credit rating.
Sure. All right. So okay, so you've got someone who is going to buy a home for the second time, and just think about, be realistic. 20% is a lot of money if you're going to buy a $400,000 home. 20% is $80,000. You know, so that's going to be important just to understand that you do have to have a little bit of money to buy a home. When people say no money down, no big deal, they give you bad rates. So it's just a different type of deal.
And the other thing is that when you're going to buy your first home and you don't have a lot of money saved, you're probably not going to buy a $400,000
Right,
home.
not right away.
Or an investment home. It's probably not going to be a $400,000 home.
Right.
So there is products that are more accessible that you can reach, products, mortgage products I'm talking about, that you can get with lower down payment in a home that it's...
And I just somebody just told me that, like in the Heights, a $400,000 home is like the base home. It's like nothing.
And that is the problem also in some areas in the Woodlands too, because there's no room to expand.
Right.
So you are confined to a certain area, and if you want to live there because whatever is your reason, your work is there, your family is there, or you just love the area, then you're going to have less houses available, and it's going to, the price.
And you know
is
what's
gonna go up.
amazing too is I've driven around I live in the Woodlands, and not all the Woodlands is beautiful in terms of the homes. Some of them are pretty old.
That is right. That is right. But there's no more space. The Woodlands is it's surrounded by Magnolia, Tumble, Conroe. It's just can grow so much. And
Right. So you have to you're subject to the prices the marketplace dictates. This is how it is. So we have another question from Celeste. I think Celeste or Sabrina or somebody else is asking us. That's okay. Keep them coming, ladies. Thank you very much for playing with us and for being a part of the show. this way. It's a new format. We're just trying to get more of our listeners involved because I think they get involved through social media and things like that. So we're going to ask you that special question when we come back. We're here with Patricia Negrich. Please stay with us. We're going to be back in a couple minutes. We'll be right back.
A Lone Star Community Radio is looking for those who are interested in hosting their own talk show with monthly and weekly slots available on Conroe's FM 104.5, 106.1, and on irlonestar.com. Start your own podcast, create your first YouTube channel, and be on TV. Contact Lone Star Community Radio online at irlonestar.com or call the station message line at 936-647-3776 to take your first step into the radio world.
Statistics show that 1 out of every 6 Texans struggles with food insecurity and hunger. And many people don't eat enough fruits and vegetables every day. The Better Living for Texans program is here to help you learn how to make healthy menu choices, save money at the grocery store, prepare quick and delicious meals, get more good nutrition in your day, and get more physical activity. Classes are fun, friendly, interactive, and free, and taught in English and Spanish. We are Texas A&M AgriLife Extension, helping Texans make their lives better.
The Hispanic Chamber Connection is sponsored by the Amel Insurance Agency, located at 719 Sawdust Road, Suite 103, the Woodlands, Texas. The Amel Agency is a family-owned insurance agency that provides home, life, automobile, and umbrella insurance coverage. Since 2006, the Amel Agency has been a bilingual insurance service for businesses and private citizens in the Montgomery County area. For more information on the Amel Insurance Agency, please visit the Hispanic Chamber Connection at www.irlonestar.com/HCC. The Amel Insurance Agency is available by telephone at 832-525-5656 or online www.amelagency.com. The Amel Insurance Agency is a sponsor of this program, and the Hispanic Chamber Connection thanks you.
For those of you who like your partners, your gumbo, and your music salty, well, we're here to help with the music. Julian Shea here, host of Lone Star Country Nights Thursday, your weekly dose of roots and Americana and all the music that makes this part of the country special. We stir in Western swing, honky-tonk, Zydeco, Texas blues, outlaw country, and put a pinch of red dirt, and then we smoke it over a slow fire. Then listen to the results Thursday nights on Conroe's 104.5 and 106.1 and worldwide at irlonestar.com.
We are back, ladies and gentlemen. This is Dr. Carlos Sanchez, the Hispanic Chamber Connection radio show featuring members of the Texas Gulf Coast Hispanic Chamber of Commerce. Today, we are with a great real estate professional who is half Mexican, half American, but almost entirely Ukrainian. This is Maria Negrich. Patricia Negrich, not Maria. Please excuse my Maria insistence. It's stuck in my head because I've been using Maria so much today, but it's not Maria. This is Patricia Negrich. And Patricia Negrich is her husband is a physician who is an allergist. Is an allergist?
Yes.
Okay. Explain that food you just explained about, because I asked you what was the difference between living in Ohio, being Hispanic, and living here in Texas. So what was this food you mentioned that your husband likes to make?
Well, let me begin by telling you that I am 100% Mexican.
Yes. Okay.
So I got married. We moved to Louisiana, and then we ended up in Ohio, where my husband was practicing there, solo practice. He loves to cook, and he likes to make pierogies.
Pierogies.
Yes, that's a very traditional Ukrainian dish. It's also Polish and all that area.
So it's like the Ukrainian Polish taco.
Yes.
The equivalent, okay.
And it's a dough. Then they make the dough and they put cheese and potatoes and then boil it. And the next day you can fry it with bacon, and that's delicious.
And boil it?
Yes. Doesn't sound good.
It doesn't sound right, but okay.
But it's really good. Now, being married to a Ukrainian and a Mexican, what you get are chorizo pierogies or jalapeno pierogies, because when we put the jalapenos or chorizo and potatoes in the pierogies. And that's what we have now.
So did he would eat regular Mexican food? When
Oh, he loves regular Mexican.
Okay, so yeah, well, it's hard to find someone who doesn't.
I agree.
You know, so he came from. I mean, he lived in Mexico, did medical school there, and all that. That's where you guys got married. You came here, so everybody knows that story. The question that Celeste was asking, and so I'll let you answer it in a couple seconds after I give you an announcement, was what have you enjoyed most about the chamber? You know, but go ahead. What has been your experience with the chamber so far?
Well, I think the part that I enjoy more about the chamber is Latinas Without Borders.
You like Latinas? Oh, okay. So she likes the Women's Success Group. Go ahead.
Yes, no, I really like the friendships that you really develop. You know, it's a business organization and you make a lot of connections. But when you get to see people more in one and you see them at different events, you really start developing relationships that are deeper.
So who are some of these friends that you're speaking of?
Well, I have been closer to Artesia, for instance, Artesia Collins, which
She's going to be here in a couple of weeks. Artesia Collins has a hair studio. She's a hairstylist. She's a hair business owner.
Yes, and she's really
up here
good.
in Conroe. Mm-hmm.
Yes. And I also became friends with Silvana, with Valentina.
That's Artesia Cleaning.
From Athena Cleaning. Yes.
What am I saying? Come on, guys. I'm drinking coffee and nothing's happening. Okay. So let me give you real quick. Thursday morning, we have radio in Spanish. So that's 9:20 a.m. Then Thursday for lunch, we're at Chamagaucha. All right. Friday for lunch, we are right here in Conroe, Spring Creek Barbecue, where we have our meeting in Spanish. The whole thing, it's a networking in Spanish. We have Latinas Without Borders at the end of the month. That's a pretty important meeting. It's the 30th, one day before Halloween, where you'll be chasing your kids and doing all that. Then, probably after that, the most important date we have as a chamber that we're focused on is going to be our gala. The gala is on the December 1st, Saturday. We'll have awards. We'll have, dancing, dinner, wine, the whole bit. And we expect that every one of our members will make an effort to be there because it's for them. It's celebrating our members, We're going to have Member of the Year. We'll have Business of the Year, just different awards like that. We'll be also swearing in our new chairman, who is Leonard Amel. And we'll be formalizing things like our executive director, who's Sabrina Amel, and some other people that are joining our leadership team. Today, we had a member who became an executive partner. Basically, she upgraded her membership, and she's also bought a whole table for our gala and is doing all these things. She's investing in our Chamber of Commerce. This is how you become successful. You start giving back. Her name is Consuelo Santos. She's a CPA. So yesterday was her last day of delivering taxes. She got home. Well, they finished at 11:30 p.m., put everything in the mail. Now she's starting to invest in our chamber. She's going to be, you'll get to know her as well. So she prepares taxes and does small business solutions for accounting.
Super.
And also raised in Mexico and the whole bit. So really a cross-cultural of professionals. And we're very proud of that because we work with all people, but I like that we can highlight some of our members who are professionals and very well educated and very, very, very successful as an organization. Because I don't think there's enough organizations that actually do that. There's just not that many. I know chambers of commerce don't, on both sides. They don't say, okay, let's talk about Patricia Negrich and what her husband does and what she does. They just don't do it, So I'm really happy that you were on the show today, Patricia.
Thank you, Dr. Carlos.
Tell us one more time your phone number, please.
419-215-6138.
How about your email? Do you have email?
Yes, my email is patricianegrich@gmail.com.
Okay, so it's Patricia Negrich all together?
Yes.
All right. So, and are you on Facebook?
I'm on Facebook. You can look me in Houston, the Woodlands realtor, Patricia Negrich, or just as Patricia Negrich. Find me on Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, Patricia Negrich.
Very good.
That's
so Patricia Negrich. Don't mistake that. She's unmistakable. And go to our Facebook, our chamber Facebook. You'll see Patricia and I speaking. We've taken several pictures. Thank you again for being on the program, Patricia.
Thank you, Dr. Carlos.
And I think Artesia is next week. So please join us next week at 2 p.m. Next Tuesday. Thank you so much for listening. I'm Dr. Carlos Sanchez, Hispanic Chamber Connection radio show. See you next week. Have a great weekend. Goodbye.